In NBA 2K24, there are 5 eras: the Magic vs. Bird era, Jordan era, Kobe era, LeBron era, and the modern era. But what if all of these eras combined into one? Well, I found a roster today that did exactly that. Here's the roster if you all want to download it for yourselves. But every single team here is a combination of the best players from each era. So for example, in Philadelphia, you've got a Kobe era star like Allen Iverson. You've got a Magic vs. Bird era star in Julius Erving. But then you also have your current players like Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey. And I want to go through all the rosters so you can see what your favorite team is looking like. The Milwaukee Bucks, of course, have Dame and Giannis, but they also have Ray Allen and Sidney Moncrief. And I am going to move around the positions a bit for each roster to make sure that things are optimized and these teams have their best players playing. But anyways, checking out the Chicago Bulls, you of course have Michael Jordan. He's going to get a chance to play alongside MVP Derrick Rose. You've also got Scottie, Booz, Joakim Noah, DeMar DeRozan. Over in Cleveland, you have D. Mitch and Mark Price, because in my NBA eras, there is an era where LeBron is playing for Cleveland. So sorry, Cavs fans. In Boston, you've got JT, Bird, KG, Robert Parrish, Jaylen Brown, the right-handed bandit. This team is tough. For the Clippers, you've got quite a few of your current guys like James Harden, Kawhi, and PG. Blake Griffin is also here in Los Angeles. Over in Memphis, you've got Ja, Triple J, Bane, but also Zach Randolph, a young Pau Gasol. Mike Conley is here. The Atlanta Hawks have Dominique Wilkins, Al Horford, and Trae Young. Oh, the Heat are about to be insane. Bron, Jimmy, Wade, Bosh, Bam. This starting 5 is about to be insane. Plus, you have guys like Tyler Hero coming off the bench. I'm so sorry, Hornets fans. The Jazz have Paul Millsap. The Kings have C-Web, D-Fox, and Sabonis. I bet this would be fun for Knicks fans, seeing Jalen Brunson, Pat Ewing, Bernard King, Amari all playing together. But of course, the Lakers, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with in this video. LA has Shaq, Kobe, Bron, Kareem, Magic. Anthony Davis is going to be coming off the bench. Then you've also got like James Worthy, Jamal Wilkes. This team is insane. The Magic have a nice duo of T-Mac and Dwight, but that's about it. Paolo's also here. Mavs fans get to see Luka and Dirk play together. The Nets have Jason Kidd, Melo, and Jokic playing alongside each other in Denver. The Pacers get Jermaine O'Neal alongside Hallie. Chris Paul setting things up for Zion would be incredible. Talk about a great duo there. Isaiah Thomas and Ben Wallace are playing alongside each other in Detroit, so you get a combination of the bad boy Pistons and also some of the guys from the championship team like Ben Wallace, Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, and a few of the current guys from the trash Pistons like Cade, Jalen Duren, and Asar Thompson. The Raptors have Vince Carter, Scotty Barnes, Pascal Siakam, Andrea Bargnani. Not bad, I guess. There's an old Hakeem Olajuwon too. For Houston, there's Hakeem Olajuwon again. They've got a lot of big men here. Sengun, Yao, Ralph Sampson. I guess I'll move some of these guys over to the 4. This is going to be a weird lineup they're going to be running. Oh, the Spurs are going to be fun. Wembanyama, Tim Duncan, George Gervin. I guess Wembanyama will have to come off the bench because you're not playing Wemby or Tim at the small forward. But a nice team in San Antonio for sure. The Suns have KD, Book, Beal, of course. Also Walter Davis is here as well. A lot of guard play on this Phoenix team. It's going to be weird. They don't really have a great big man on the squad at all. I guess James Edwards is going to have to hold it down at the 5. For Oklahoma City, you get Kevin Durant and the Brody playing alongside Shea and Chet. That is going to be fun. Also, there's Serge Ibaka, J-Dub, James Harden. This is going to be a nice team, especially once we get a couple years into the simulation. The Timberwolves have way too many big men. Oh my goodness. I don't even know how they would run this to make the lineup as good as possible. I'm just going to let it rock. I don't really know what to do here. But I mean, you do get KG alongside Ant, which is really cool. For the Blazers, it's going to be Clyde Drexler and Lamar LaMarcus Aldridge, I guess. There's Brandon Roy, too. Golden State, of course, has Steph Curry. You also get some Warriors legends like Chris Mullin and Tim Hardaway. And there's Monte Ellis as well. The Wizards have an old Mike and Jeff Ruland. Also, of course, Jordan Poole. And that wraps it up for the roster breakdown. Also, before we get into the simulation, I want to note that free agency will be off for this video. Also, there won't be any new players coming in via the draft. I feel like that would kind of ruin the point of the video, so I didn't want to do that. I'm basically just going to throw in straight 40 overall draft classes. That way these rosters stay the way they are. If your favorite team has some young players, then maybe those guys can get better, but that's going to be really the only avenue to improve. I don't want trades messing up the rosters completely. With all that talking out of the way, let's get into the simulation. Season number 1 is wrapped and Joel Embiid wins the MVP for Philadelphia, averaging 23 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists. The numbers aren't going to be as crazy, obviously, because there's so many stars in this league. Mark Price wins 6th Man of the Year over in Cleveland. Also, Larry Johnson won Rookie of the Year for the Charlotte Hornets. Dwight Howard won DPOY. Even in a league with a ton of historically great defenders, Dwight was able to win it. And in his prime, man, Dwight was a problem defensively. I mean, you see right here, he averaged almost 3 blocks per game. Darius Garland won Most Improved over in Cleveland. And Michael Jordan won Clutch Player of the Year. And of course, Mr. Hands in his pockets himself, Darvin Ham won Coach of the Year. Even he couldn't mess this one up, man. This squad is insane. On your All-NBA first team, of course, you got MVP Embiid. Giannis is also here. He averaged 21, 11, and 6. LeBron averaging 21 and 10. He was facilitating at a high level, makes first team. Jason Kidd makes it as well. He was the only 90-plus player over in Brooklyn, and obviously he tried to carry. And of course, Luka, he had to make his way onto here. On your second team, you got Clyde Drexler, Michael Jordan, Derrick Rose, Nikola Jokic. Dang, they cooked Jokic's stats. On third team, it's going to be LaMelo Ball, Ja Morant. Ja averaged a lot of points for a sim like this. Chris Webber, KG makes it, and the Brody. And then here are your all defensive teams as well. Headed into the playoffs, there is one team to beat, and that is the Los Angeles Lakers. They won 71 games on the season. This rotation is insanity. The Utah Jazz came in second over in the Western Conference. The San Antonio Spurs were third with Wembanyama coming off the bench. And the Portland Trailblazers, this is surprising, they came in fourth. Out east, the Boston Celtics won 61 games. You have Rondo running the 1. You've got JB, Bird, JT, Robert Parrish. This team isn't as good as the Lakers in my opinion, but the depth is insane for this squad. At second in the East, you've got the Sixers. Yeah, I underestimated them. They've got quite a few 95-plus players, a good starting 5, and some great bench pieces. At 3, there's the Miami Heat. I think that this team will be a threat in the playoffs. You've got Bron and Jimmy along with D Wade. Those guys are going to turn it up when it matters most. And then the Bulls came in fourth with Mike and D Rose. I simulated through round 1 pretty quickly, but I am going to stop for game 7s. And we've already got one between Portland and Dallas. Clyde Drexler is going to have his hands full trying to beat this team in game 7. I don't know how the Blazers are doing it, to be honest with you. But we'll see if they can finish this one off in 7 or if the Mavs are going to come up with the win. I feel like the Mavs talent-wise are significantly better, and it looks like that talent is going to prevail. I spoke too soon. Oh my goodness, the Blazers are coming back late in this game. We got to jump in. They've outscored the Mavs 38-21 in the fourth quarter. Currently, the Blazers have possession of the ball, up by 6, about a minute 30 to go here. They're in the driver's seat in this game. The Mavs are going to need some stops if they want any chance of coming back. Clyde Drexler going to step back, pull a mid-range. He'll miss it. It's rebounded by Steve Nash for the Dallas Mavericks. Where is Luka Doncic? Oh, he's over there. Nash going to go to the basket. That's an ugly shot, and he's going to miss it. Terry Porter will grab the rebound. Porter is defended by Nash. Going to get the screen from Aiden. Now it goes down to Clyde the Glide. Clyde thinks about shooting it, but ends up passing out of it. Now it goes to Porter. Porter over to Aiden. Aiden's floater is good. That might be it for the Mavs unless they can come up here and score a bucket. Doncic has plenty of room from 3, and he's going to miss. One more bucket and it's really over with for the Mavs. Terry Porter bringing up the ball. It's going to go over to Paxson. Paxson down to Ayton. Ayton working on Dirk. He's going to fake. Now he swings it out to Porter. Porter gives it over to Paxson. There's a violation. 3 seconds. And the Mavs will regain possession of the ball. Dirk are going to give it into Luka Doncic. Luka, you're going to need to hit a three or something. He pulls from the same spot he missed from last time and knocks it down. And now if you're Dallas, you're going to need some missed free throws from the Portland Trail Blazers. And that's not going to be likely with Clyde Drexler stepping up to the line. First foul shot for Drexler is off. Maybe I jinxed Clyde. I'm sorry, Blazers fans. Second one for Drexler is good. So the Mavs are down by 6 points here. They have possession of the ball, and they're going to call timeout. That's their last timeout. It's going to go into Doncic. Luka needs to hit another three for the Mavs to have a chance. He swings it over to Irving in the corner, and Kyrie's going to miss it. That'll do it. The Mavs lose to a Blazers team that, in my opinion, was nowhere near as good as their squad. But congratulations to Clyde Drexler, man. He was out there hooping. 37, 7, and 7 in this one, leading the way for the Portland Trail Blazers as they'll advance to the second round. And after that exciting Game 7, we've got another one. The Sixers, led by MVP Embiid, might just go down to the Pistons. Never mind, it looks like Philadelphia will close this one out as the answer drops 25 points on 10 of 12 shooting. Man, Embiid, 6 of 19 from the field. That's rough, but the Sixers are going to get the win. And now all of our second round matchups are set. We've got the Lakers taking on Portland. Good luck, Clyde. Utah is going to be taking on San Antonio. Mike, D Rose, and the Bulls are taking on the Celtics. And the Sixers are taking on the Heat. I think that this series between Miami and Philly could go down to the wire. I think this will be a really fun one. Well, my prediction about the Sixers and Heat series was completely wrong. Philadelphia beat them in 5. Lakers also beat the Blazers in 5. And we do have a Game 7 coming up here between Utah and San Antonio. Let's jump in the Simcast and see who comes out on top. It's going to be Utah managing the win over San Antonio despite Gervin's 31. It's Karl Malone with 30 in this one. And the Jazz are moving on to face a stacked Lakers team. Meanwhile, over in the East, it's going to be Boston taking on Philadelphia. I feel like these teams are pretty evenly matched. The Lakers take care of the Jazz in 5, and the Celtics take care of the Sixers in 6. Giving us a Lakers-Celtics classic here in the NBA Finals. Game number 1 of the series will go to LA. Celtics win Game 2, Lakers win Game 3, and the Celtics win Game 4. We're going back and forth in this series as we jump in the Simcast for Game 5. And man, the Lakers came to play in Game 5, winning by 51 points. Shaq, 38. Kobe, 31. LeBron, 27 and 13. There's not much you can do about that if you're Boston. The Lakers stars were clicking on all cylinders, and now LA can close it out in Game 6, and it looks like they're going to do exactly that with another blowout effort. They win by 29 points. Magic Johnson with a triple-double. James with 34. Shaq with 22 and 10. Bird had 22, but that's not going to cut it as LeBron James wins the Finals MVP and the Lakers win an NBA championship. Now you might think, oh man, the Lakers, they're just going to dominate every single year of this video. Their team is stacked. But I wouldn't speak too soon because LA, they're pretty old. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is going down to an 89. Bron's going down to a 94. Anthony Davis is down to a 92. A lot of regression there. Meanwhile, you've got teams like Oklahoma City who are going to progress a lot. So I wouldn't expect the Lakers just to dominate every single year or anything. Let's get into another season. Season is wrapped. Magic Johnson wins MVP, averaging 15 points and 13 assists a night. Not a crazy stat line in terms of the points, but man, he was getting his teammates involved with a lot of assists. Brandon Miller wins Rookie of the Year. I guess he didn't get any PT in year 1 of the sim for Charlotte. And Victor Wembanyama wins Sixth Man of the Year over in San Antonio. They'll probably have him starting soon. Pat Ewing wins DPOY for the Knicks. The Jet wins Most Improved Player over in Atlanta. And John Morant wins Clutch Player of the Year for the Grizzlies. Darvin Ham, Coach of the Year, as the Lakers won 72 games. All-NBA First Team looks a lot different compared to last year. Magic is here. Jason Kidd is here once again. Actually, I guess a lot of the same guys are here. But LaMelo made it. That's new. On second team, you've got Ja, Giannis, KG, Tim Duncan, and D Rose. And then here's your All-NBA third team as well. And here's your all-defensive team. Headed into the playoffs, once again, the Lakers are the team to beat as they won 72 games on the year, 1 win better than the season prior. At the 2 spot in the West, it's going to be the Spurs with a loaded front court. Tim Duncan, D-Rob, and Wembanyama. Come on, man. At 3, it's going to be OKC. Watch out for this team. They're on the come up. And then at 4, it's the Phoenix Suns. Suns. Over in the East, the number 1 team was the Bulls with D Rose, Michael Jordan, and Scottie Pippen. At 2, it was the Philadelphia 76ers, who made the conference finals last year and lost. At 3, it's going to be the Detroit Pistons. And at 4, it was Miami. Man, the Celtics kind of fell off. Only 45 wins on the year. The first round is going to go pretty similar to how the first round went last year. I'll go through the games pretty quickly, but if we get any Game 7s, I'll be sure to jump in the Simcast. And the first Game 7 we're going to check out is between the Grizzlies and the Suns. Ja Morant taking on Book and KD. And this game between the Grizzlies and Suns is coming down to the wire. Phoenix is up by 3. Grizzlies have the ball. About a minute remaining here. Ja Morant attacking the basket. Going to fake a couple times. Swing it out to Bane. Bane at the top of the key. He's going to swing it over to Shane Battier. Battier looking for Gasol. Gasol's going to set the screen for him. Battier goes to the basket. Dumps it down to Powell. And Powell's going to lay it up and in. Now Memphis is within a point. Jeff Hornacek has it for Phoenix. He swings it over to the Matrix, who pulls a 3. What a beautiful looking shot. And he knocks it down. About 40 seconds remaining here. Suns sitting on a 4-point lead. Ja Morant working on Book. Gonna step back, take a midi, miss it. Randolph the board, and Junkyard Dog will tip it in. No need to foul if you're Memphis. You're just gonna need to get a stop, as they're only down by 2 points with about 30 seconds remaining here. Is Book even gonna get it across the timeline? He almost didn't. He almost got an 8-second violation. And what just happened there? Desmond Bane fouled Varejao? I don't think Varejau's too good of a foul shooter. He actually misses the first. Maybe that was a smart move from Desmond Bane. Second one for Varejao is good. Nah, if you're Memphis, you should have gone for the stop there. Desmond Bane's got to be more careful about fouling in the clutch like that. Nonetheless, it's still a 1-possession game with 22 seconds remaining. Shane Battier inbounding the ball. He gives it into Bane. Bane gonna ball fake. He gets the screen from Gasol. Desmond Bane, he's gonna take a mid-range and knock it down off the window. Memphis is going to foul. They're sending Jeff Hornacek to the line. He's an elite shooter. I expect him to knock both of these down. First foul shot for Hornacek is good. Second one for Jeff is also good. Now Memphis kind of needs to go for a 3. They don't have any timeouts left. Ja Morant gonna spin and turn it over. Oh my gosh, Ja. And if Kevin Durant knocks these down, it's probably over with. First one for KD is good. Second one for Durant is also good. I mean, we'll see if Memphis can hit a 3 here or something. Make things interesting. It goes to Battier. Battier pulls and knocks it down. Okay, if the Suns miss a free throw, there's a chance for the Grizzlies to try and maybe tie this up, send it to OT. Varejao gives it into Durant, and Durant is going to the foul line. I doubt KD misses a clutch free throw. First one is all net. Second one for Durant is also good. So that will do it. The Memphis Grizzlies are going to take the L in Game 7. That was a fun one, though, for sure. Ja Morant, deep shot is off. And the Phoenix Suns are moving on to round 2. Book with 23 points. Nobody really played particularly well. Oh my gosh, KD, 0 for 10? Oh, that's bad. Ja Morant had a triple-double, but it wasn't enough. And now we've got one more Game 7. It's between Chicago and Cleveland. Can you believe Mike and the Bulls are in a Game 7 against the Cavs? I just noticed Kelly Oubre was on the Cavs. I don't know how he made his way over there. But nonetheless, we've got a close game here. 1 minute to go, and the Bulls are sitting on a 1-point lead. Carlos Boozer gives it into Levine. Levine gives it to Michael Jordan. Jordan gonna give it over to Noah. Now it goes to Rose. D Rose attacking the basket, puts up the layup and gets it to go. Big play for Rose as the Bulls now have a 3-point lead. Darius Garland bringing it up for the Cavs. Garland will get the screen from Evan Mobley. DG gonna dump it down to Mobley on the roll, and he dunks it home. Nice play there from the Cavs to answer after the Derrick Rose layup. Let's see if Rose can get another one. He's defended by Garland. D Rose attacking the basket, and he's fouled. The Bulls are not in the bonus though. And you might be wondering, why is Mike wearing number 20? It's because it's retired for Chicago and we're doing the sim in the modern day. Anyway, Rose gonna fake, put up a floater, and get it to go. Derrick Rose taking over in the clutch. Now Darius Garland has it for the Cavs. DG going to the basket. He's doubled. He finds Mitchell for a 3. Mitch misses. Noah the board. Now it goes up to Scottie Pippen. Pippen working on Oubre here. Scottie gonna swing it over to Rose. D Rose floater is off. Noah the rebound. Joakim out to Jordan. Jordan over to Booz. No need to foul if you're the Cavs. You just got to get a stop here. Pippen gives it to Noah. Noah, not much time left, finds MJ for a three, and Mike knocks it down. A signature clutch moment for Michael Jordan. And that was probably the dagger. I'll stick around to see if the Cavs can hit a shot right here. But man, I think Mike's big three probably did it. DG from the corner hits it. Okay. I mean, if the Bulls somehow historically sell at the foul line, missing both free throws, there could be a chance for the Cavs to get back in this game. But let's be honest, Michael Jordan isn't missing 2 free throws. First one for Mike is good, and that will do it. The Chicago Bulls are moving on to round 2. 34, 5, and 8 from Derrick Rose in this one. Number 23 had 23 points, or well, I guess in this he's number 20, but y'all get what I'm saying. And now all of our second round matchups are set. I'm really excited for this one in the East. Chicago versus Miami. Bron versus Jordan. That's what I'm talking about. Then we've also got Philadelphia taking on Boston. I believe they faced off last year in the playoffs. Then we've got the Lakers taking on the Phoenix Suns. Good luck, Phoenix. And the Utah Jazz are taking on the Houston Rockets. And we've got 2 Game 7s in the East. Over in the West, the Lakers swept the Suns, and the Jazz ended up beating the Rockets in 6. But Mike and Bron are headed to a Game 7. And what's crazy about this series between Chicago and Miami is that the Bulls were actually up 3-1, and then the Heat ended up winning the next 2. Oh my gosh, I skipped past the Celtics and Sixers Game 7. I was too excited about the Bron versus Jordan one. My bad. But it looks like this one is gonna come down to the wire. Perfect. We gotta jump in. 47 seconds to go. The Chicago Bulls are down by 4. Miami has the ball. So Chicago's definitely going to need to put together some quick stops. But if they can do that, they'll be in this one. Bam Adebayo is inbounding the ball. He'll give it into LeBron James. James is defended by Levine, and Levine's gonna foul? Oh, the Bulls had a foul to give. Adebayo gives it back into James. Now it goes to Butler. Now it's gonna go over to Wade. Wade gets the screen from Bosh. Bosh is open in the mid-range. He misses. Mike will get the rebound. There's a stop. The Bulls needed that. Now Rose is going to work on Jimmy Butler. D Rose will get the screen from Noah. Now Derrick Rose is attacking the basket, and he misses the dunk. Noah the rebound to clean up his mess. I can't believe D Rose missed that. He was about to bring the house down if he punched that one. And now Jimmy Butler's going to the foul line as the clock is not in Chicago's favor. First one for JB is good. Second one for Jimmy is also good. It's not out of reach for Chicago. 22 seconds remaining. They just called their last timeout, and they're down by 4. Joakim Noah gives it into Pippen. Pippen over to Boozer, back to Pippen. Now it goes to Rose. Rose is going to pull a 3, and he'll miss it. That is going to do it. The Miami Heat are going to get the win here, pulling off a 3-1 comeback against Mike, Rose, and the Bulls. Jordan with 28, Rose with 20 and 17, but it's not going to be enough. Tyler Hero had 26 for Miami. That's big. And now we're moving on to the conference finals. I'm sad we missed out on the Sixers and Celtics game, but it looks like it wasn't too close anyway. Bird had a 40 ball. Oh my goodness. And in the conference finals, Bird and the Celtics will be taking on Bron and the Heat. And then in the West, it's going to be Lakers versus Utah. Yeah, the Jazz are probably cooked, bro. Hold on, man. The Lakers and Jazz are tied up at 2 apiece after 4 games. We got to jump in the Simcast and see if the Lakers might just go down to Utah here. And this game between the Lakers and the Jazz is coming down to the wire. LA is down by 3. They have possession of the ball on their home floor. Magic Johnson is bringing it up. Magic will get the screen from Shaq. Shaq rolls to the basket, and Magic turns it over. It's stolen by Green. Green bringing it up for Utah, gonna pull a midi and knock it down. Big play there. Lakers down by 5 points. They need to get some offense going. Shaq rolls to the basket. Magic's gonna pull a mid-range. He misses. Shaq tries to tip it in, loses control. Now it's gonna go to Stockton for Utah. John Stockton over to Williams. Now it goes to Green, and Green's gonna lay it up and in. Lakers might just need a 3 here, or it could be over. Magic Johnson gets the screen from Shaq. Magic a midi, and he knocks it down. Finally, Magic got something going. He's been having a good game so far. 21 points on 83% from the field, but man, since we hopped in, he wasn't doing too well. Stockton's open in the corner. Did he just turn around? Oh, it's over with, bro. Lakers got John Stockton emoting on him. I don't need to see any more. The Utah Jazz are going to get the win. 33 from Adrian Dantley. Ricky Green came through with some big plays for Utah in that game. And John Stockton just hit a cold celebration, I can't lie. And now Utah can close it out in 6 and take down the juggernaut Lakers. And game 6 is coming down to the wire. Lakers are down by 4 here. They have the ball. Magic will get the screen from O'Neal. He dumps it down to Shaq in the post. Shaquille going to spin off of Malone and miss the layup. Jazz will get the board. Now it goes to Green. Green, defended by Johnson here, is going to slow it down. I mean, yeah, the Jazz don't need to play too fast. They got the lead, but Williams is open, and he knocks it down. That's going to do it. The Lakers are done here. The Utah Jazz send them packing. Man, Utah, they've been crazy in these hopping games. They played very well. And now we've got a Heat Jazz finals here. Game number 1 of the series will go to Miami. They also win game 2. Jazz take game 3. Heat will win game 4, and they win the series in 5. LeBron James named Finals MVP. He's won Finals MVPs back-to-back years. Last time it was with the Lakers, and this time it's with the Heat. And speaking of the Lakers, they just lost a lot of talent. LeBron James retired, so did Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And with the Lakers losing in the playoffs last year, and then losing a lot of their talent over the summer, they might be cooked. I feel like the league is wide open. There's a chance for any team to go out there and compete. Season is wrapped. Derrick Rose wins the MVP, averaging 26 and 12 on the year. Carlos Boozer wins Rookie of the Year for the Cavs. I guess he hasn't played any minutes all video. Victor Wembanyama, 6th Man of the Year in San Antonio. D-Rob, DPOY for the Spurs, so a couple Spurs award winners. Amari Stoudemire wins Most Improved for the Suns, and Jaylen Brown wins Clutch Player of the Year. Bro, Darvin Ham, hands in his pockets, 3 Coach of the Years in a row. Here's your All-NBA first, second, and third teams, and then there goes your all-defensive teams. I do want to check out the standings for this year. I feel like things had to have changed. Yeah, in the West, the Lakers were still number 1. They won 61 games. They were great at basketball, but check out who's number 2. A team I've been talking about quite a bit in this video, the Oklahoma City Thunder, because as the guys started to progress, the team started to become more and more dangerous. Here they are at the 2 seed in the Western Conference. The San Antonio Spurs coming 3rd, and the Utah Jazz coming 4th. They were able to upset the Lakers last year. We'll see if they can make some noise in the playoffs this year. Out east, the number 1 team was Chicago with 58 wins. Derrick Rose and Michael Jordan leading the way. At 2, it was the Boston Celtics. In 3rd, you had the Hornets. Shout out to LaMelo. Shout out to Brandon Miller, man. They were doing big things. And then the Sixers came at 4th. Y'all know the drill for round 1. If we get any game 7s, we'll jump in. We've got a game 7 between Utah and Houston. Let's jump in the Simcast. This Houston team is a lot of the guys from the current Rockets, like Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, Sengun, but they've also got Yao Ming and Steve Francis. And we know about the Jazz. They were really good last year. We'll see if they can make it out of round 1 this season. It would be disappointing for them after making the finals to end up losing in the first round this time. But that isn't going to happen. The Jazz come up with the game 7 win as Lauri Markkanen drops 27. And then in the Eastern Conference, we've got a game 7 between the Celtics and the Pistons. Cade Cunningham took over for Isaiah Thomas as the starting PG in Detroit. And in game 7, it's going to be the Celtics getting the win. They won by 14 points. It's JB dropped 24 and Bird dropped 23. And now all our second round matchups are set. It's going to be Chicago versus Milwaukee, LA versus Utah. Bro, I accidentally pressed sim round. It was OKC versus San Antonio, but the Thunder cooked the Spurs. And then the last matchup is between the Hornets and the Celtics. And we've got a game 7 coming up between Boston and Charlotte. Hold on, man. If the Hornets make the conference finals, I would actually be shocked. I'd be proud of them, man. The Hornets have the lead in the 4th. They're going to do it. Charlotte is moving on to the conference finals, upsetting the Boston Celtics. Here we go. Can LaMelo Ball take down Michael Jordan and Derrick Rose? I don't think so, but we'll see. And then in the West, Utah beat LA for the 2nd year in a row. So we've got OKC versus Utah in the conference finals. Utah and Charlotte are headed to a game 7. Do you believe in miracles? Come on, man. I'm a Hornets fan right now. Oh my goodness, the Hornets might do it. They were down big in this game. Oh, they tried to come back, but they came up short. Derrick Rose, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Western Conference Finals MVP. Rose, 41-18. He wanted that win bad, and he got it. And in the NBA Finals, it'll be OKC versus Chicago. Game number 1 of the series goes to the Thunder. They also win game 2. They win game 3 as well. They're going to sweep Chicago. The Brody, Finals MVP. That was another really fun season. Let's run it back one more before we wrap up the video. Dang it, man. I accidentally put a real draft class this time. I mean, I doubt they'll really affect much in just one season, but I just wanted y'all to know. Anyway, now we can actually get to the end of the season. Season is wrapped. Derrick Rose wins the MVP award. Man, Rose has been going crazy. 28-11 on the season. Victor Wembanyama, another 6th man of the year. David Robinson wins DPOY. And there was no rookie of the year this year, meaning that none of those guys who got drafted actually played, so I'm glad to see that. Also, Wemby won MIP. Donovan Mitchell won Clutch Player of the Year. And Billy Donovan won Coach of the Year. Here are your all-NBA teams for this season. I'm going to go through them pretty quickly. I really just want to jump straight into the NBA playoffs. And number 1 in the West, you had OKC. The Lakers are no longer number 1. LA did come in 2nd, though. At 3, it's going to be the San Antonio Spurs. And then at 4, it was the Phoenix Suns. Over in the East, number 1 was Chicago. They were the best team in the league with 65 wins. At 2, you had Boston. 3, you had the Cavs. 4, you had the Pistons. Let's jump into these playoffs. In round number 1, we didn't have any game 7s, but we did have 2 major upsets. Both the 8 seeds beat the 1 seed. The 8-seeded Magic beat the 1-seeded Bulls, and the Dallas Mavericks did the same to the Thunder. That shakes things up for the playoffs. The Magic are going to be taking on the Pistons headed into round 2. The Suns will be taking on the Dallas Mavericks. Oh man, Luka versus Book. Lakers will be taking on San Antonio, and the Cavs are going to be taking on the Sixers. And it looks like the Lakers and Spurs are headed to a game 7. Let's jump in the Simcast. And game 7 is coming down to the wire with about 2 minutes to go. The Spurs are up by 3. They have the ball. Wembanyama's going to get the screen from D-Rob. Wemby sees Robinson under the basket, and D-Rob misses the layup, gets his own board, goes back up, and he gets it to go. The Spurs will gain a 5-point lead here. Magic has the ball for the Lakers. He's defended by Tony Parker. Let's see what Magic has in his bag. He's going to spin, and he dunks it home. That'll put LA back within 3 points here as Wembanyama's playing some point center for the San Antonio Spurs. Wemby gonna pull a 3-ball, and he'll miss it. It's rebounded by James Worthy. Worthy moving in transition for Los Angeles, gives it right to Magic Johnson. Johnson sees O'Neal on the roll, is gonna dump it down to him. Shaq misses the layup. It's rebounded by Robinson. Now the ball will go up to Devin Vassell. Vassell gives it to Victor Wembanyama. Wemby will get the screen from Robinson, and Wembanyama's gonna fade from 3 and knock it down. How do you guard that? A 7'4" big man pulling up like he's Steph Curry. And now the Spurs are up by 6 here as Magic needs to make something happen for LA. Shaq working in the post. Oh my gosh, what are you doing, Shaq? What are you doing? Do you practice that shot? Y'all know the video I'm talking about. Do you practice that shot? But yeah, anyway, the Lakers are going to lose in this one. San Antonio is moving on. Shout out to Wembanyama, 23 and 14 in this one, and that big 3-pointer that we saw when we hopped in. And we do have one more game 7. It's between Cleveland and Philadelphia. I feel like this one could go either way. And it'll be the Cavs getting an 8-point win in game 7 to advance to the conference finals, where they'll be taking on the Pistons. And the Spurs are going to be taking on the Suns in the conference finals. And both our series got wrapped up in 6. The Pistons won and the Spurs won. So we've got San Antonio versus Detroit here in the NBA Finals. I feel like the Spurs might have this one in the bag. Wembanyama's just tough to stop. Game 1 will go to Detroit. Spurs win game 2. Pistons win game 3 and 4. Okay, my prediction might have been wrong. They'll win the series in 5. Isaiah Thomas takes home the finals MVP. That's going to do it for the video. If you enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.